to another edition of the Mod Squad here with Lisa. I'm really excited because we've got Friday Night Lights coming up. So I put together a flow to either help you pre or post Friday night workout so that you can kind of keep everything moving and keeping you healthy and ready to go each week for all these open workouts. So if you're ready, let's get started. So we're just going to come down onto our back here and just bring the knees into the chest. So we're going to try to get the toe close to the knees, kind of just open up that back a little bit here. And then from here, we're just going to let that head relax. Make some nice big circles each direction with the knees. Just start to kind of massage into that low back. Perfect. So now we're just going to take some rocks forward and back, 2 or 3, as we come up to seated. And now we're going to flip over onto all fours, coming into some cat-cow. So we really want to think about arching that spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin into cat, and then almost like we're scooping that chest, shoulders back and relax, tailbone up. Just take 2 or 3. Again, each side, no big rush here. So just kind of allow yourselves 2 to 3 breaths each side. So we're going to bring that spine back to neutral, and we're going to bring that right foot up to meet our hands into a low lunge. We're going to keep that left knee onto the mat, bringing that chest up nice and tall. So we want to think about squeezing that glute because it's going to press that left hip flexor forward, bringing our arms up overhead, interlock those fingers at the top, pull them up and back. And now we're just going to reach those fingertips over to the right side. You're going to feel that stretch down the left side through into the hip. Bringing the arms up nice and tall. Let those hands come down to the mat. Take a little runner's lunge. So we want to think about just pressing those hips to the wall behind you, straightening that right leg. That back foot, the top of the foot can either be down, toes curled, whatever feels comfortable. So we're going to bring it into a first little gentle twist. So we're going to place that left hand to the mat. Let's take that right arm up, nice and tall. Twist it over to the side. Nice work. So we're going to bring that hand down, walk that right foot back. Left foot comes center. Again, starting up, chest nice and tall as we press that hip forward, bringing our arms up together, reach it up and back. And now let's reach it over to that left side, squeezing that glute, thinking to stretch through that right hip flexor. Now those hands come down to the side. So we're going to straighten that left leg, sending those hips back. And then as we bend that left knee, right hand comes down. Let's take that left arm up. Nice little twist here. And then we're going to take that left foot back. So now we're going to come into a little plank work. So we want that nice strong core because that's going to help us with our lifts and everything. So planting the palms, walk those feet back. So we want that nice straight line from the top of our head back through the heels. Don't let the hips come up or let them sag. So just holding it here. We want to think about squeezing the legs together, squeeze those knees and the ankles, pulling that belly button back toward the spine, holding it there for as long or as little as you'd like, maybe kind of working up, allowing yourselves a little work here and there. So we're going to take a little one-arm plank. So we're going to start on that right side. So right hand to the mat. A couple of options. We're going to either walk both feet back. We want to keep those hips up. Again, not too high, not too low, that nice long line. We can always bring that bottom knee up. It just kind of works that obliques a little bit here, works that core a little differently. As we come over to that left side, taking both feet back, get a nice long line. Option to bring that knee down. Perfect. And then we're going to bring both hands to the mat. Take it to a little down dog first. So hips up nice and tall. Just pedal those heels back and forth a little bit. This is a great one to kind of stretch through the shoulders, stretch those calves and the hamstrings. Again, hips up tall. And then we're slowly just gonna walk the feet up to meet our hands, taking a forward fold. So just let that head and neck relax. So from here, we're gonna take it to a frog squat. So feet come wide, toes come out maybe, if that feels a little better. And we're gonna let those hips come down. So again, we wanna keep that chest nice and tall, hands to the center, maybe using that to press the knees out a little bit. Kind of gets into the hip, gets into that inner thigh just a little bit. So now we're gonna take a little twist here. So we're gonna bring that right hand down to the mat, start with that left hand to the knee, and think about turning those shoulders to the side. Stay here, or if you wanna kind of increase that stretch, we're gonna take that left arm up to the ceiling. Both options work very nicely. Let's take it to the other side. So bringing that left hand down, right hand to the knee as we twist to the side. Again, option to extend those right fingertips up. Bringing both hands to the mat, hips up nice and tall, forward fold. So just kind of keep those knees nice and relaxed. Let that head and neck dangle just a little bit. Then we're slowly gonna roll ourselves up to standing, coming into a little warrior two. So we're gonna walk that right foot up towards the top of our mat. Nice long lunge here. The side of the left foot is gonna be parallel to the edge of the mat as we come into warrior two. So we're bending that front knee, don't let it cave, keeping those shoulders relaxed. And we're gonna come into one of my favorites, which is triangle. So we're gonna straighten that right leg, hips come back, let that right hand come down, taking that left arm up. So we're gonna keep those shoulders in line. Option to maybe wrap that left hand to the small of the back if you kind of feel like you need to open the chest, open the shoulders just a bit. And again, taking it there for as long or as little as you'd like. We're gonna take it to the other side. So just turn the left toes to the top of the mat, let that right foot come parallel. Sink nice and low. Finding your nice warrior two first, because this is gonna be a nice stretch in and of itself. So let's straighten that left leg, hips come back, right hand down, left hand down, reach that right arm up. Option again to wrap that arm, opening up the shoulder, and then slowly coming back to warrior two. And let's take a little sneak one more frog squat in here. Sink it nice and low. Bringing those hands to the mat. Let's take a little shoulder stretch here. So we're gonna bring that right arm up toward the ceiling. Think again about opening up the chest and then sweeping that arm underneath. So we have a couple of options. You can think about bringing that shoulder down, keep those hips up, or if that feels a little too abrasive, you're just gonna let the hips sink back to the heels, and as much of that shoulder comes to the mat as you can. Again, keeping those palms flat. We'll take it over to that other side. So again, those options are just to get your shoulder to the mat as much as you can, keeping those hips in line with the knees. Option to maybe sink back a little bit, keeping those palms flat. Walk those fingertips out. Stretch through the shoulder here. We're gonna do one more quick little chest and shoulder opener, a little reverse plank or tabletop. So we're gonna come to the seated, hands back behind us. First option is to extend those legs all the way out, pop those hips up. It's gonna open up the chest, open up the shoulders, and work that core. If that feels a little too abrasive, we're gonna bring the feet to the mat, and then you're still pressing those hips up. You're still gonna get that great chest and shoulder stretch and core work. And then slowly bringing it back down let's finish with a little pigeon. So we're gonna bring that right foot across the top of that left leg, and then just playing with the position of that bottom leg. The closer that foot comes to you, the deeper the stretch in the outside of the hip. So we wanna sit up nice and tall, have a nice long spine, flexing that top foot, pressing that knee forward, feeling that stretch through the hip. And you're just gonna take 3 to 5 breaths each side. And again, more if you'd like, less if you'd like. This is just a great stretch that you can sneak in anywhere. You have a little bit of time, doesn't take up a lot of room. And then we're just gonna come back to seated. And we're gonna take a nice big deep inhale in, bringing those hands up, palms touch, bringing those hands through to heart center. And just allowing yourself a little time to finish with some nice big inhales and exhales. Let your mind calm and center to get you ready for your workouts, or maybe to kind of get you to decompress after a wonderful workout. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these quick little flow stretches to get your body ready and moving for these Friday Night Lights. Again, if there's something that you want to see, please hit me up at themodsquadsf@gmail.com, and I'll see you next time.